You too.
Ew, gross, Kentucky Ballistics. Never mind, don't show that. We're at the bunker, cranking out shirts for all these dudes and their Black Friday through Cyber Monday sales. Actually, this whole pile, all those boxers are full of stuff from all these guys. The unsub guys have sold a ton. All these bros right here. And we've printed it all. It's all stocked up in that pile and those piles, ready to be individually packaged up and shipped all over the world to all of you guys. Also, until Cyber Monday, we still have stuff on sale. This is actually the cheapest shirt that I'm selling, the Militia gray, looking good. So get it right now. I think it's like 25% off. Everything else is 15% off. This one is 25% off just until Cyber Monday. Clint.
Hey.
I can't see you because it's bright behind you. What kind of stuff you got going? Are you busy in here?
Yeah, it's crazy. We came in this morning to ship 1,400 orders, I think is what is on the docket today.
Sweet.
Like I said, we got shirts everywhere. You guys are awesome in buying all the stuff that's on sale. If this video goes out Monday, everything's still on sale.
Yeah.
40% off Bunker, 15% off all Demolition Ranch and participating creators. And the sweet shirt you're wearing,
boom,
25% off.
Giddy up. 40% off bunker gear?
Yeah.
You can get you bunker, that's cheaper than we ever have it for sale. So if you want to get some cheap bunker stuff.
Look at this cool hoodie.
Oh, that is such a cool hoodie.
Yeah, 40% off.
When I go back outside and put my jacket back on, we're also selling those. Those are brand new Desperado Resort jackets. They're pretty fly. All right, I'm gonna steal a skid steer, is that okay?
Yeah, it's been in our way for a while.
Perfect. We used that skid steer to knock over and clean up our wall that was falling down, where we got totally scammed by our subcontractor. We had him build a wall, and I guess our contractor, as well as me, never checked his work to see how he was doing. He was doing a terrible job. This wall right here used to extend all the way around, got up to like 5.5 feet tall there, extended all the way around here. It's our big retaining wall. Retaining walls are supposed to retain, and so it's good when you build this rock fascia on the front to have an actual structural wall behind that, which is kind of what they were doing here. There are cinder blocks behind it, but the cinder blocks are not full of even dirt, much less concrete. And then right here, the cinder blocks stopped. There was no cinder blocks there. So there was a footer. They did pour a footer all the way around, but then they just stacked these skinny rocks that are like probably 3 to 4 inches thick. They stacked 3 to 4 inch thick rocks, 5.5 feet tall, and thought that would just hold. And it did for 3.5 years, but as you know, it rained and dried out and got cold and got warm, the concrete mortar between them cracked, and then they lost all structure and they just fell and dumped over in the parking lot. So we went ahead, cleared it all out because it's all trash and it needs to be redone. We're gonna put a either cinder block or concrete wall behind it all the way around, and then we will rock it up. We actually pulled all the rock over here. That's what we were doing with the skid steer. We used it to knock it all down, put it in piles. That's the kind of the junk pile. That's the more like base material pile that we pulled out of the wall. And then we also stacked all of the stones that we're gonna reuse on these pallets here and wrapped them up so that they'll stay nice. But yeah, we got a lot of wall we got to rebuild now, but we don't need to do it right now. I need the skid steer for something else today. That's our update on the bunker scam. Bunker branding's great otherwise, besides poor subcontractors. Okay, we got skid steer hooked down. We got bucket hooked down. Oh, and this is the jacket I was talking about. Got a nice work jacket, hood. Looking good for these winter days that are coming. And you got your DR embroidered right here in Bernie, Texas. All right, we're out. Also, the jacket is on sale until Cyber Monday, or it's on sale on Cyber Monday, and then Tuesday it goes back to a normal price. So get them while the getting's good. All right, we're looking for a deer blind. I think we came to the right spot. Look at that monster. Okay, it's about 10 times what we need, but let's go look at it. It's got an AC up there. 2 flights of stairs getting up the tower. Yeah, they are steep. Sweet. All right, here's first deck. This is crazy. What would you, this is where you put your like patio furniture. Second flight of stairs. This better be awesome. It's locked.
A camo carpet in there.
Good, that's what we need. Cool.
Is that a mini fridge?
I bet it is a mini fridge. I mean, it's got an air conditioner up here. Dude, this is crazy. Kill every deer in the county from this thing. We're up like a 10-foot tall one here. It's pretty fancy in here. Carpet, camo carpet. Got actual wood, stained wood in here. I think this one's a little too fancy for us too. We're way up here right now, but I feel like we need that one or that one. The 2 semi-smallest ones. We don't need anything on trailers or any of these big ones. Oh, that was another big one.
It's the same inside, just a little bigger.
Gotcha, it looks awesome. There are no prices on these. That makes me worried. But that one looks reasonable. And if not, this one looks reasonable. This is a little one. And all I ever do is have 1, maybe 2 kids in there with me. So this like base model here looks pretty good. Got a little shelf to put some stuff on. You got enough room for 3 chairs in here. Carpet on the inside will help it make it a little quieter when you're moving around so deer don't hear you.
I'm talking there, I'm gonna see if I can hear you.
Okay. Whoa! Can you hear me talking? Can you hear me now? Ugh. That scared me when I stood in there and it tilted. I think we go ask them what the 2 smallest ones cost. We just bought the smallest one they had. While we're in there, I asked him what that thing cost. It's over $200,000, I think. So that's the Lamborghini. We bought the Honda Civic. He said there's not only air conditioning in there, there's a wine fridge and a TV. He said you can even get one bigger than that and put a poker table in the middle of it. That's what I need to be doing. I'm just playing poker while we're waiting for the deer to show up. Got her loaded down. They said this one would not fit on my trailer, so we just went with that one. You might think I'm just flying this drone to get some cool action shots. Nope, I just can't see anything. Like literally nothing. I have to have it tilted back. So I mean, there are windows you can see through it, but I have to have it tilted back so it stays on the forks. So I can't see anything but sky. So I'm just driving along here, watching myself on the drone to make sure that I don't fall off the road or drive through the trees or anything like that. Slow going. We got a bit of dirt road ahead of us to put this thing where it needs to go. But we're making it. You wanna know what's hard? Flying a drone and driving a skid steer while not dumping that thing over. Really should have tied it on, but I was like, that's fine, but this road got a little rocky. But I made it. This was our old blind. It's just a tent. It's a deer blind tent. And it worked okay, but not great. There's not like a solid place to rest the rifle on. And so for an adult, not a big deal. For a kid, a real blind will help. I'm gonna figure out what orientation I'm gonna put this. Our feeder is over there, and I'm gonna do a little more clearing too eventually, make it open up so I can see more. But there's a trail going this way, and it goes all the way past there, and the feeder's over there. Pretty cool. All right, can we get the skid steer up there without dumping the new blind on the ground? Let's try it. Sweet, I rearranged it a little more. Put it on solid ground so it's level. This is hard-sided, you know, weatherproof, and insulated. Insulated just means it has carpet on the inside. So it'll kind of help muffle the sounds as you move around in here. We actually used another one, Crispy let us borrow one once, that it was all fiberglass, but not insulated. And the fiberglass is real rough, it'd cut you if you hit it, and also it's just very loud. So this will be good. All these windows are glass, but they open. So you can open whichever ones you want. A lot of times you want to keep them closed because it's cold, especially early in the morning in the winter time when you're hunting. But if it's not, you can open them, get a nice cross breeze through here. And I'm gonna trim this cedar tree back a little bit. Right now you can barely see the feeder over there, but once these are trimmed, I can trim all at the perfect level to where both of these windows will be looking right at the feeder over there. And then try to trim those so you can see down the path, to see if anything's walking down here. And yeah, me and my boy, we'll get him another deer this year. People have asked me if I'm a hunter because they know I'm a veterinarian, and a lot of people assume veterinarians are not hunters. I know a bunch of veterinarians, and most of them are huge hunters. I'm actually not that big of a hunter, not a trophy hunter at all, don't care about that. I hunt for meat every once in a while. I haven't actually killed a deer though in a few years. It's not one of my passions. I love firearms, I love shooting. Hunting's fun, but it's not something I love. But my wife wants us to kill a couple deer this year so we can have some more meat. And my boy loves hunting. And so this is just something that me and him can do together. Now that I think about it, like my wife and I think about this all the time. Our youngest is 10 years old, almost 11, which means we have 8 years left with him. 8 years, and then he's leaving us. He's moving out of the house, and that is our youngest kid. So we're gonna spend all the time we can with him. If there's something he likes, gosh darn it, I'm gonna do it with him. We're gonna do it right here. And hopefully after a little trimming and getting this all ready, this is gonna be a good spot for my boy and his friends to get some deer. And maybe my girls if they want to, but they don't really care. I don't think they're gonna do it, but he thinks it's awesome. Mama wants deer. We can get it done. We just cut our line of sight wider there, wider around the feeder over there, and then we took all the branches and we threw them over here and kind of helped to camouflage our blind a little bit more. So it's gonna be perfect. And these will all die, but it's gonna last and stay green through the season. So it'll be good this season. We can figure out something else next season, probably just do the same thing again. But we also got us a couple chairs in here. I mean, look at this, we're living large in here. Oh, we got a spotter chair over here, looking through a little bit of brush. And then the gunner chair over here, very wide open, so there won't be any sticks to deflect our bullet. That was a pretty nice shot there. This will be perfect. So one thing, the deer will be able to see our silhouettes looking through here because there's windows on both sides. So I think on this side, on the back side, we're probably going to put up some of this was our old tent, put up some of this old tent there to kind of black that out behind us so that you won't be able to see our heads silhouetting there. And then in the front, where did it go? This netting was on the old tent and it works really good. The scope won't actually even focus, so you can put this against your scope like that and you can still see everything. Obviously, you guys are the same. So that works really good because it makes us disappear, but we can still see through it. So we'll have this netting hanging on the front side here. And as you can see, we can still see right through it, but it really obscures the vision from outside looking in. And then, so that you can see my head silhouetting really easy, we'll have that blacked out. So it'll make it so we are dark, obscure snipers looking out to take the shot. Back to the HQ to grab some tape and some scissors to cut the fabric. We were planning on taking that back up, but the boy wanted to take the bike, so giddy up, partners. Just a couple of boys riding tricycles up the hill. These bikes are tricky off-road. On-road, they're great, but off-road, when it's like unlevel ground, which is what this dirt road is, it's hard to figure out because you don't lean like a normal bike because the trike doesn't allow you to lean. You just have to turn. And so normally when you start going one way, you just kind of lean back. And so it's tricky. Like, I kind of thought these might be the bike for the resort because we've tried out several e-bikes and these are definitely really easy to use. But we just used them at like Cletus in cars where we were on pavement the whole time. And I used them that whole weekend. Like I drove this thing around everywhere and it's so awesome. It's nice to have a basket. It's nice to have more carrying capacity. We carried people in the back of our basket as well. But the problem is when you're off-roading, which we're on a dirt road, but it's still off-roading, it's hard. And people, like, we have to think about liability, and people will take these on dirt roads. They will go too fast in them. And that's gonna happen with any bike. Like, you're gonna have to make everyone sign a liability waiver. But these are tricky. And that bike's a little too big for him, so he's having a little difficulty. But all these, all these bumps in the road, it takes a bit to get used to it, and this is the first time to ever ride it, so he's trying to figure out, like, you don't lean like a normal bike. You have to just turn, and it's weird feeling. On this flat part, though, easy, but as soon as he gets bumpy, you're just like, "Wah!" And he has to hit the brakes and drive off into the bushes. It's very pretty here, though. Super nice wintry day. Wintry in Texas just means a little bit cool. Nice. Whoop. So, in conclusion, I think these things are awesome for later on at the resort when we have more paved sidewalks and like easy stuff on flat parts. But for all like the actual bike trails, and like right now too, people will totally drive their bikes down to the river, and it's all off-road and it's not flat and there's bumps, and these are tricky for that. So I think if we have bike trails that are like asphalt or even just gravel but smooth.
I did it.
Nice, good job, you survived. Yeah. Then I think this would be great. But until then, I think real bikes, real e-bikes are the way. Go around that, yeah, under there. Get up in there, yeah, nice and tight now. All right, there's our first shade. We're gonna put another one over there, probably one over here too. There's a big scorpion in this. He's in the very bottom. Welcome to Texas. Gross. That's... Hey, get out of my tent. We also find those in our houses here. So we named the one we bought the Shootin' Shed, and then we also named the big one. We decided it was going to be named the Murder Mansion. So yeah, I mean someday we'll graduate from the Shootin' Shed and we'll get us a Murder Mansion. Looks good. So this is the first deer blind I ever bought. We borrowed Crispy's for a little bit. Still have not actually shot a deer out of that one, but I had family members shoot deer out of that one. But this is the first one we've ever, purchased, besides the little tent ones, but this is the nicest one we've ever purchased. And then they told me while I was there, they actually have some stilts and a ladder for it. They said they have a 4-foot lift kit and an 8-foot lift kit for this model. So I think we're gonna try it just on a ground blind for now, but this hill rises up this way. And so if we came in here and really cleared a lot of these cedars, it would first of all allow more grass to grow and allow the oak trees to get a little bigger down here, but also would open it up. And if we had the blind up there on an 8-foot lift up on this little rise here, looking over all this area, it'd be really, really cool. So I think we're gonna do ground blind this year. We might buy a lift kit for it next year. Get it on stilts. I actually asked the guys there about that $220,000 blind, the Murder Mansion. I was like, do y'all actually sell these things? Like, does someone really buy these? And obviously it's for like someone who has a giant hunting ranch where super rich guys go and want to just have a fun weekend. They're probably not as serious about hunting that weekend as they are about just having fun, and hunting is just part of it. But I was like, do people actually come and buy this thing? And he said, no, we haven't sold one. He's like, but we didn't plan on selling it. It was an advertisement. He said they bought that. The actual store owns that thing. They bought it from the company that makes them. And he said it's just an advertisement. So they're right along Interstate 10. And he says, people see that, they know we have deer blinds, and they come and buy these. And I was like, that's exactly what I did. I knew that that store had deer blinds because I had seen that monstrosity from the highway when I pass it. And I was like, okay, kind of genius. I respect that hustle. They went in and bought this really expensive, very impractical deer blind, knowing they probably would not sell it because the market is small for something like that. And they might sell it. Someone might come along and have a huge, you know, the King Ranch, giant ranch in Texas. They might have a need for something like that. They might come along and buy that thing. But if they don't, there's a bunch of guys like me that'll come by and buy their base model. Anyway, I always think it's cool when you see a business practice like that. I respect it. It's pretty neat. All right, we're done. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at you like I'm a deer and see if I can see you, okay? All right, I'm like a third of the distance away and I already can't see him. So let's go back here and pretend we're eating some corn under this feeder. Also, I already know we're gonna get comments about feeder and hunting under feeder and how lame it is. I get it. I'm not a big hunter. Don't care really about hunting, as I've said. But I like taking little boys hunting out here. Sounded weird, but anyway, I do. I like taking little boys out hunting, and this is the best way for them to get a clean kill. We will make it more challenging as they get better at hunting, but right now this is the way. You are completely invisible. I can barely see you waving. I'm gonna zoom in. Move your head back and forth. Yeah, we can barely see you. Shoot me with a rifle. Oh yeah, that was a hit. All right, we're switching so he can see what it looked like, but yeah, I could not see him. Hardly at all. As you can see, you can still see through the net though.
Are you ready?
I'm sitting in front of the window. All right, I'm gonna move a lot. You can see me? But would you notice if you were eating corn? No. Excellent. He said I can't see you if you're not moving. Okay, well, I think we're gonna get up early tomorrow morning and come out here and test it out. But yeah, we got the back windows blocked off. We're gonna close that one so it doesn't flap around, but back windows are closed off, blacked out. We can still move them if we do wanna point a gun out there, but we don't have it cleared enough out there to hunt that way. So we can kind of look this way, see if anything's coming, but we have that whole view ahead of us over there, and we can just kind of stick a rifle right through this netting. Scope can look right through this because it disappears, especially when you're zoomed. Completely disappears, and you can see right through it. All right, wish us luck. If this doesn't work, we will buy the murder mansion. Probably next video. It'll be great. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, today is Cyber Monday. You can get this shirt and many more at a discount that is going to end at the end of the day. Thanks for watching. I love you, and I'll see you next time.